Welcome to what's going to be episode 2 of our podcast called Red Flag, Green Flag.
Oh, no.
It was going to be called
it's green flag, red flag.
Green Flag, Red Flag. It was going to be called Green Light, Red Light, but we don't want any more cease and desists. Today, we're going to be arguing about SEO. Go. You're wrong. Let's have our first question, please. Faceless voice.
When hotel brands can't be bothered to invest in SEO.
When they can't be bothered, I mean, red flag. If you can't be bothered to do something, that's a red flag. These are really easy questions. Do you disagree?
Green flag.
Oh, okay. Why do you think it's a green flag?
Just to be cantankerous.
Completely disagree with you. Or old boy you are. But even hotel brands need to invest in organic. Even they need to be trying to get the free traffic from search results. Even they need to be optimized organically, and they need to have presence on search engines. And I think not doing it is short-sighted, but also symptomatic of being a brand. You have a lot of layers of bureaucracies to go through. People have had their fingers burnt in the past, and SEO agencies will just wander into a website, change a H1 tag, bill you, and I'll see you again next month. So no, I think it's short-sighted. I'll do against that because you rolled your green flag, and that's a damn good point.
I think everybody should just give their money to me. Can I stop investing in SEO? Send it to tristanhayward.com.
Can I have the point for that question?
Yes. Point for Ben.
Well, hang on a second. There's points. Oh, no, this makes it different.
No.
Okay, here we go.
When an agency says they will guarantee top 3 rankings for your target.
Red.
audience.
I got that one.
I got that first.
I saw that one.
We've been filmed, so we can check the replay if you want.
But we're on different
Okay,
cameras.
so
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, go.
What was the question again?
When an agency says they will guarantee top 3 rankings for your targeted keywords.
Absolute hokum. There's no way they could do it. It's just not possible to guarantee anything. There's so many different layers of complexity. This is like an onion, and all it's going to do is make you cry. Oh, you change it? Can you change your answer?
Changing.
You change
Okay,
your answer?
umpire says I can. Go for it.
Okay.
Finish your point. Finish your point.
I'm allowed to finish your point. Okay, you insist. Okay. There is no way that an agency can guarantee any type of result. They can guarantee maybe moving the needle. They can guarantee changing it, but understanding the layers of complexity that comes with SEO, there's just so many different areas to it. And the biggest areas that can make the most amount of change are around content. The niche area that your content is going to display, the freshness of that. Most hotels can afford, or rather they probably can afford it if they actually understood the value to it, but they don't invest enough money into the content side of it. That's at least 50%, maybe not 50%, but when you add a few of the other bits to it that are linked to content, there's a very significant proportion of weighting that goes towards SEO from content. And even then, you can't guarantee what the results are going to be because there's so much other competition and the reaction that they're going to change. Google's algorithm changing. I mean, was it last year they made dozens and dozens of changes to the Google algorithm and didn't tell you they've got their core updates, but there's so many changes. So you can't actually predict the impact this is going to make. Argue against it.
Faceless voice. Can I have the question again, please?
When an agency says they will guarantee top 3 rankings for your targeted keywords.
Okay. It doesn't say in the question anything about cost. So an agency could pump out a lot of content, purchase a lot of backlinks, rightly or wrongly. I'm not saying this is all white hat. This can be grey and black. But if they purchased all the backlinks, pumped out relevant content, charge you $100,000 a month, they could get you a top 3 position in organic. Don't you think?
Well, it depends on what the keyword is as well.
Highly competitive.
So that's that. Well, I was saying, no, highly competitive keywords, I think, are going to struggle because if it's an independent, you're talking about absolutely useless point.
May I finish my point? Faceless voice.
Now who's being cantankerous?
Faceless voice's question didn't say anything about timescales either. So,
Well, if you're, hang on a second, if you're using black,
I've essentially got infinite money and infinite time. I'm a room full of monkeys to the typewriter. Eventually, I'm going, Don't you disrespect the flag. Eventually, with the content updates and with
I'm really sorry. I need to pick that up now. Yeah.
eventually with the content updates, the on-site technical, the content backlinking, eventually, I think with unlimited monkeys and unlimited typewriters, you'd be able to guarantee getting it right.
I think what you mentioned there, especially if you're using black hat techniques, you're going to get caught. You haven't got enough time to be able to do that. If you're using exclusively white hat, and the difference between black hat and white hat is what you're meant to do, is the good way of doing it, the way that Google wants to do it. Black hat is trying to circumnavigate and cheat, and Google's got very, very good at stamping out and wiping out your domain authority and all your SEO work if you use black hat. So I think if you're using black hat techniques, you have got a limited time scale. If you're going after high competitive keywords and targeting, when you're up against OTAs, big brands, things like that, you're going to struggle. I think where agencies actually come in and guarantee that top three is because they're doing what you're saying, maybe not to the level that you say, but they're going after the most obscure keyword that's got 3 traffic, 3 searches a month, and say, hey, look, when you Google it, you're getting top 3. By the way, you're one of the 3 people that's searching it, and your agency's the other one, and probably the agency's nan. To say, look, this is what I do. So I think you're right. You can guarantee it, but it's all very nefarious. It's not helpful. It's not useful. So technically, yes, you are correct, but also you're fundamentally wrong, and I win. That point goes to me.
Thank you.
Oh, that you faceless person.
No, okay. Just to be 100% clear, 3&6, 100% white hat, Gandalf all the way.
So, but hang on, Gandalf went great. He went great, yeah, but we ain't going to do that. No.
Yeah, great. White.
Question 3. With hotel owners think high traffic to website guarantees bookings.
No,
going the wrong way around.
I got red first.
You did, and I got it the wrong way around.
And you are going to have to argue against this point, so good luck.
I agree.
No, it's well for me to argue against you.
Okay.
Remind me the question again, because I'm just so focused on beating him at lifting a piece of paper.
When hotel owners think high traffic to website guarantees bookings.
I mean, that couldn't be redder.
It could be just redder.
Could not be redder.
It's almost brown.
It's almost. And it's an education piece. It's understanding the sales funnel, the cycle, the journey of a guest from first getting exposure to your website or to your hotel, and then actually booking. If they think that, increased traffic will lead to increased bookings as a proportion of people who could go down the sales funnel, but it's not just a pump more and more people into the top of the funnel and it will solve your problem. It's not a case of that at all. And that shows a real lack of it's a dangerous lack of education, I think. And it's something we see more and more where what I feel has happened is, especially ownership groups and smaller ownership groups have been given poor advice and been told what you need to do is just get people to the website. Because if it's just people to the website, you could start an in-app advertising campaign. The little apps that people click on and go. 50% of those would be my kids.
Yeah. If more than 50% will be my kids.
Yeah. And if you wanted to get more traffic to the website, you can get unqualified, pointless traffic to a website. And it's very difficult sometimes for an uneducated owner to be able to pick apart that traffic, because who's going to put their hand up and say, yeah, we've increased traffic to 2 million visits a week, but most of these people still try to play Candy Crush.
Well, in the interest of the new rules that you've just made up in this game, and I now have to object against that, I think that more traffic to a hotel website will actually mean more bookings. When we're talking about the actual practicalities of this right now, I don't think there is an independent hotel or a small to medium-sized management group that's managing, those types of properties that wouldn't benefit from more traffic going to their website. Take any Google Ads campaign right now. Is that 100% maxed out in every single area it could possibly max out in? Across the board, across North America, across Europe? I'd argue, no, it probably isn't.
I think that's fair.
I think so. Like putting more budget into your Google Ads in the right way, obviously, and which will by default drive more traffic, is going to lead to more bookings. If you're putting it into RLSAs, if you're putting it in a brand, you're putting it into RLSA non-brand. If you want to push the boat out, I think there is an argument for that. The same goes with SEO. You know, the study that we did, was it tail end of 2023? The average score for a hotel website for SEO was a high school equivalent of F. I think it was like 58.3%. So I do think that even from an SEO point of view, if you actually put more money into, when I say put more money, put any money into SEO in the right type of way, not just your on-page technical content, I think that's just the way that you're going to get more traffic going to your website, which by default, if done right in the right target areas, is going to lead to more bookings.
Okay. Interesting point, but you're still wrong. Tie. You can't tie that.
Sorry, in the words of not Dr. Dorian, I forget what his name is.
Doctor Who?
No, Doctor Who. Yeah. It's you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
No,
You're wrong.
I'm not.
You're wrong.
Don't want any sound effects on that bit either. Next question. Faceless voice.
When hotels optimize for local search in their SEO strategy.
Ooh.
I don't think there is enough. Carry on. Moving swiftly on.
I've not had breakfast yet.
Are you hungry? You sure? Do you want to stop? Should we pause? Yeah. That. There you go. Red card. Local SEO. I think too much emphasis is placed on local SEO. It's quick. It's easy. It's another box to be ticked. But I do think that there are other areas in SEO that can actually be lower hanging fruit, that can, you know, for a similar amount of money, or perhaps even a little bit more money, can generate far greater results. I think as well with the local SEO piece as well, is it tends to be here's a monthly fee, it's recurring, but it doesn't need as much maintenance as it probably should do, or as other agencies make it out. It's important, yes, don't get me wrong. It's probably more of an orange than a red. I think you still do need it as part of the whole makeup, but it's nowhere near as important as some other agencies are putting forward. Like there's some agents out there saying, hey, you really need to use Schema. Schema's a big thing. It's a sales point from SEO. It's less than 1% influence in the whole Google algorithm. Of the 100% that you could possibly get, less than 1%. It doesn't even make the pie chart.
No. It's more crust than pie.
Yeah.
More crust.
It's probably it's the garnish. It's the garnish that everyone sweeps aside. Oh, yeah, I love it.
Whereas I could not disagree more passionately. I could not, in fact, frankly.
Is this you passionate?
I'm offended.
Are you offended?
Are you upset on that? Local SEO, and I'm going to approach this from a content perspective. Local SEO, if there's a niche event going on in an area or a region where there's a property, you can't necessarily rely on performance marketing for that. And you'll know that because of search volume. If there's too low a search volume for a specific keyword in a region, your ads won't show. So the only way to get that will be to pump out relevant organic content and optimize parts of your website to capitalize on that local demand. I'm not just talking about platforms that handle generic local SEO, like directory listings, etc. I'm talking about more targeted content. I think that hotels that don't do that are missing a trick to differentiate themselves, possibly, against other hotels in their area, other hotels in their concept, because they won't be thinking like that. They'll be trying to do the tick box exercise. Oh, we're on platform ABC, other platforms, various platforms are available. We've covered our local search obligations. Whereas I think the smarter hoteliers and the smarter marketers will put together relevant content to capitalize people who may be outside the area or even in the area looking for places to stay around that event. I don't think we can write off local SEO that easy.
No, I think there's a distinction there between what you're talking about with what's local SEO. I think, typically local SEO is the use of those platforms, and that
wasn't specified in the question.
You're at it again, but what you're talking about is content marketing, not local SEO.
Local content marketing.
Oh, let's just
make
the
part
out
of.
Yeah.
Which part of the pie is that? Is that a big part of the pie?
No, because the
content marketing part of the pie.
The hyper performance SEO piece that isn't in. I've just made up.
Hyper performance.
Yeah, it's 97% of it is interesting. It is. Yeah, I'm absolutely right.
Yes! Oh, come on! Nonsense! Absolute boulder dash.
Oh, thank you very much. So is that 3-2 if we're including the draw? 2-1 or 2-1?
Because
The draw cancels itself out.
Okay, there goes the shutout. Next question. How many more have we got?
Ben doesn't like
Final
Ben doesn't like you when he loses.
When hotels don't incorporate social media into their SEO efforts.
Ooh, Tristan.
SEO, no, social media. Still no
Can I
last
get the
question.
point already? Can I get the point for that?
What colour did I put?
Come on, Grandpa.
No, social media, I think has such a huge part to play now in the booking cycle. But it's so hidden as well. You know, it's very easy for us to talk about organic, PPC, you know, Google Ads, this, that, and the other, because you can see a direct correlation, the attribution that comes in. Whereas social media, it's very much top of the funnel. It's that dreaming phase. It's the research phase. There's also a huge element of it, you know, user generated content, making sure that what you put on your website, what they see on OTAs, what they see elsewhere, what does it look like in reality? Are people actually enjoying that? It's fundamental now. If you do not have a comprehensive social media voice and message for your hotel, you're absolutely missing out, because then you haven't got control over it. You're leaving it up to you know, past visitors and user generated content that you can't shape, you can't add your voice to it, you can't put your brand voice and tone, and that can be dangerous, especially if you've got somebody who's disgruntled. You may be the best hotel on the planet, you're always going to piss somebody off. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It might just be their expectations are higher than what you can physically deliver. So for me, social media it's vital, especially short form video. You know, platforms like TikTok. Well, if it's still around, yeah. Obviously, you know, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. There's so many different places with short form and long form video. It's huge. Then you've got, you know, Insta. I think that's what the kids call it. How are you going to disagree? Because I had to go first.
Frankly, I think views like yours are dangerous, if I'm honest. And I think, you know, you're only allowed to say this.
You made these rules up now.
You're only allowed to say this because Meta's fact checking is no longer a thing at all. Social media is not a place that hotels should be spending money on. You
totally believe what you're saying.
100% believe this.
It's hokum.
No, and I'll tell you why. And I'm glad you've asked that question, because it's a valid question to ask me. I'm definitely not stalling whilst I think of a reason. And the reason is this, Tris.
What's the reason?
Social media is essentially a never-ending flow of cat videos and what people have eaten. It is an overwhelming bombardment of nonsense, and the ability of a hotel to stand out. Here's an example. People pick up their phones, they scroll through social media when they want to turn their brains off. I know my wife comes home from a very busy day at work and she'll just scroll videos.
You're basically saying your wife comes home to you and switches her brain off.
That's not what, those were my exact words.
That's what I heard.
And she'll,
Kim, if you're listening, we believe in you. We know you've got a brain.
She'll scroll videos of people arguing with each other and just, that's how she decompresses. Well, she doesn't.
So she watches people arguing on video so she doesn't have to argue with you.
I mean, as long as it's not directed at me, I'm absolutely fine with that. But what she's not in that buying mood. She doesn't want to see those kind of, she's just not open and receptive.
Should we just say I won now?
No.
I mean, the faceless person is nodding like crazy.
I wish I was faster with my piece of paper.
I also believe you are ruining the mistake you had of making sure that the other person had to have an opposing view.
I stand by what I said.
You'll die by that sword.
Yeah, no, you are stupid if you don't attack social.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
You have the chance to be the bigger man.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
He won that one
because he's got quicker reflexes.
Next time it's mine.